Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive to keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the third seed in this playoff, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the number 7 seed in the playoff, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for this semifinal collision. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Trying to find some room. It's Lawrence. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking downfield, it's Ray. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. And an explosive play. Stop finally made across midfield at the 44.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
A new set of downs after that completion. The shotgun running play call. They bring him down, but that game moves the ball all the way to the 31.
Well, Chris, you think about over the years with the Gators and their offense, it's always about Steve Spurrier and spreading it out and fun and gun and attacking downfield. I think these great Gator teams, they have an ability to do what we just saw right here. Pick up a first down on the ground, relying on an offensive line and their running back.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Lawrence. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
This is not how you draw it up as an offensive coordinator. You got a first down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
Now it's 2nd down here. Using his legs, it's Lawrence. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage yet.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
That gain sets up a 3rd down play. From the shotgun, an inside handoff. Only gets a couple of yards there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it seemed like the offense was trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
first drive of the game. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Aggressive start. 29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. The offense with some pre-snap motion. Trying for a fourth down completion. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big fourth down stop.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the first down.
First down here for this offense. The back's got it. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that point.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Second down, we're going to throw it. Here's a target, and it's complete. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
So ball to the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
It's a good job by the defense here on this third down. And now it's going to bring up a big fourth down play and a decision here for the head coach.
They'll kick it away here. On the return, it's Jones. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Florida offense retakes the field. Last possession, they were stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost them anything. Can they put together something here? Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Looking to pass. It's Ray. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they're finally able to stop him. The great execution on the screen pass fooled the defense there.
Well, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. And I think in the process, Chris, they sent a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
Completion good for first down yardage for this offense.
6-9-1, Gators score. Here we go.
On the run, it's Smith. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Looking to pass here on second down. Going to create outside the pocket now. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Receiver in motion now. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. Great cut. They whiff on him. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Good, tough running here by this Miami Hurricane running back. A nice job up front to be able to pave the way to be able to come up with a Canes first down. And I'll tell you, the way he's playing right now, all those famous alumni that Miami has, got to be watching this game and being very proud.
He's tackled just short of the midfield line at the 49.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
The game makes it second and medium. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Now, with the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Fires it on the move. And he pulls in the catch. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Just a great throw and an even better catch here by Miami to be able to come up with a big play for this offense. Just, oh my gosh, just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to Miami in the wide receiver position. And you could say not recently. They've had some pretty good players, but you go back, Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss. I just could keep going and going when it comes to the Canes.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it to the right side. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
He bought some time, now lets it go. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well. He didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Completion makes it second down. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
And they convert here on third down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Catch made on the right side. He steps out of bounds, but more than enough yardage to set up first and goal.
Oh, I love it. Keep the kicker on the sideline. This offense knows when you're in the red zone, you got to come away with 6. Great play to keep this drive moving.
The Canes line it up with first and goal. First and goal, handoff. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup and put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Coming up, second down and goal. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Canes. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, winding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
Well, a nice first down here by this running back, and what he's doing today makes me reflect on some of the great backs that they've had over the years in Gainesville. Emmitt Smith, arguably one of the best backs, if not the best back in the history of the game. Dameon Pierce more recently, but even guys like Eric Rhett and Fred Taylor, just really talented running backs with the ability to take it to the house.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Linebacker shifting around now. And at first down, they go right back to him. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Looking for a gap. It's Lawrence. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. Ball handed off. Finds room at the 30. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
And the Gators starting a new series here on 1st and 10. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. First down, looking to throw the ball. Running back has it on a screen now. Makes a nice move there. And the tackle is made. The screen pass there produces a solid gain. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The Gators are on the move here. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
The Gators are going to cash in here in the red zone. And the back now goes in motion. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Ball carrier brought down, but a flag's on the field. Let's check out this call. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Back to pass. It's Ray. Trying to create here on the move. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. Going to have to make some adjustments there. Maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
7th play of the drive coming up. On the run, it's Smith. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment for this critical down. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. And he's brought down, sacked. Excellent way for the defense to end this first half with momentum. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Gators will kick it off to begin the second half. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. And the Miami offense is back on the field. And they get the second half started with their running play. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
The drive stays alive with that 1st down completion. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
But these are the type of runs that begin to wear down your defense psychologically. Already have the lead, come out with a nice big gain, and this defense is thinking, oh no, here we go again. Really nice statement here to get this second half started.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple of plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, and puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. Makes a quick grab. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. Makes the catch. And he's brought down, but not before he gets 1st down yardage.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the 1st down.
The Hurricanes will line up on 1st and 10. An inside give now from the shotgun. To the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Defense trying to jam these receivers at the line. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. So the quarterback says, I'll do this myself, but he just takes off and flashes the speed in the touchdown run.
My goodness, his creativity and speed makes it almost impossible to stop. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I start locking in on this quarterback's ability to run, because if you don't, you're going to see a lot more plays like this.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. The Gators offense retakes the field.
Here we go.
First down, looking to throw the football. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway at the 26-yard line is huge.
Well, this the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
There's the handoff. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Man, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
And the Canes looking to cash in the red zone. Pre-snap motion from the offense. And now the handoff. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football.
In that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
On third down, it's a handoff. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
Well, they continue to play good football up front. A nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead, you keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. It's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Locates the tight end. It's complete. Touchdown for the U. Still no answer for this offensive machine. They'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the extra point makes it a 3-touchdown lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida offense retakes the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for the wideout. It's a highlight reel diving catch there. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. How about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
Off the play fake on 1st down. On the run here. Lets it go. And it's incomplete on a very quick throw.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. Whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Offense facing a 2nd and 10. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And the wideout goes in motion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Going for a big play downfield. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. They tackle him, but not before he makes the 45, a solid gain.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want, whenever we feel like doing it.
Empty backfield. Offense spreading the field with 5 wide. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. On the ground, it's Smith. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "What in the heck was that all about?" Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. But that right there, man, that's what they've been looking for all game.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Hit as he released it. And that's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion.
Get set, get set.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. QB tries it again here on 2nd and 10. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's 3rd down.
Well, they don't... But this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They've got him at the 48, but that's a 1st down.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a third down, you trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
The Gators looking to keep this drive moving.
Griffin. Lion.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Lets it go under heavy pressure, taking a shot. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
The offense comes up with a touchdown here, but that defense had the pressure. I thought they were going to get to him, but give him credit. He got rid of the ball just before contact.
Now the all-important extra point. PAT is good, makes the score 21-7. Now they get set to kick it away. Returner looking to make a play here. Be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. We'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
They call the draw play here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Defense wraps him up after a 6-yard gain. Brings up 4th down.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense. Waiting just at the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice gain.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. The Gators offense retakes the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking. Move right down the field for a touchdown. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. On 1st down, it's play action. Buying time now, rolling to his left. Down he goes, a sack. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. And the running back takes the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Well, this guy's been a lot of fun to watch today, showing a lot of ability to get outside with speed, some toughness between the tackles. Now he's well over 100 yards, and a big part of the reason this team's going to advance to the next round.
Now here's the toss play. Finding space at the 20. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
The setback was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jones. Stopped at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And the Florida offense retakes the field. This thing is so out of hand. All you can do now is play for a little shred of pride. Pitches to the back. Breaking free at the 35. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground. Well, we thought we'd see that world-class speed flash at some point today, Kirk, and there it was.
There it is. It's a thing of beauty when he gets out in the open field, and I thought he was going to take it all the way to the house. You got to give these defenders some credit. Yeah, they gave up a big play, but what you love is they didn't give up and just let him walk into the end zone. They were able to bring him down. Let's see if it pays off for them in these next few plays.
Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gators.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point is good. Still a 2-touchdown deficit, 28-14. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. And looking to throw now on first down. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Boy, that was beautiful. Man, this defensive back, he's putting on a clinic today on how to defend against the deep ball and man coverage without committing a penalty. I'm sure the secondary coach is very proud of that execution.
And the defense will take a timeout here. 22 seconds on the clock. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? The throw complete to the running back underneath. And it's the defense who stops the clock now with 17 seconds remaining.
Quarterback had a lot of time to evaluate this defense, and most of his reads downfield appeared to be taken away, so he checks it down to his running back. But how about the way this defense just runs to the football to keep him short of that first down? Great job by the D.
The Hurricanes will come to the line, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. He's moving out of the pocket. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Brought down to the 23, good enough for a first down. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. And they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.